Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam, 8th shloka. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Tamastvajnanajam Vidhi Mohanam Sarvadehinam Pramadalasya Nidrabhihi Tannibadhnati Bharatam. In the last few shlokas, Bhagavan started explaining about how this entire Namarupa Prapancha, Maya Jagat, which is otherwise called as the Prakruti, functions. There are three gunas in the Prakruti or Maya. Those three gunas are the cause for the variations in this creation. When we say variations in the creation, naturally in the every being also, in every human being, in every personality. And every personality, every ego has got its own likes and dislikes. Every ego means every personality has got its own likes and dislikes. These likes and dislikes are based on the respective three gunas which are predominant in them. This is what we are discussing. So how these gunas, what are those gunas, what are their characteristics? Now further Bhagavan is going to explain. Up to 8th shloka, Bhagavan enumerated this is Sattva guna, this is Rajo guna, this is Tamo guna. Like that he completed in the 8th shloka about the Tamo guna. Now before going to the next shloka, we will read it, 9th shloka, because what he said in the 6th, 7th and 8th shlokas, Bhagavan summarizing and telling again the same thing. So therefore we will read that. Shloka number 9. Sattvam sukhe sanjayati Rajah karmani bharata Gnanamavritya tu tamaha Pramade sanjayatyuta. Before going to explain this shloka, I would like to remind you and say a few things about the festival which we have just now celebrated, 10 days, the Navaratri Mahotsavam. Navaratri festival talks about the Devi, Shakti, Mahamaya, Prakriti, so many different names. Being it is the topic about the Prakriti and three gunas, I would like to share a few things from the what exactly those festival and the stories of this Devi indicates and tells to us. Of course, the Puranic way of explanation teaching is for many lower level of understanding people also for the bhaktas. But Bhagavad Gita is for the Madhyamadhikaris or Uttamadhikaris. But still we can get some lesson from it, because since so many centuries we are doing that festival. The entire different sports, Leelas of the Devi are spoken in the Devi Mahatmyam. That particular part is called otherwise as Chandi. That particular portion of the stories is called otherwise as the Devi Saptashati. This part of description comes in the Markandeya Puranam. And Markandeya tells to his disciples what he heard before from his gurus. There, the story starts like this. Once maybe Markandeya asked the Brahmadeva, there is any secret thing in this world by knowing which the people will be benefited or protected. As like in Mundakopanishad, that disciple asked that there is anything by knowing which one I will come to know everything. This secret word is often used in the Shastras. Guhyat Guhyataram Shastram. Even Bhagavan Krishna uses that in the 15th chapter. So same way there also, when he asked like that, then that story, that question is clarified. Yes, there is something which is called Devi Kavacham. Devi Kavacham. This Chandi or Devi Mahatmyam or this particular portion of the Leelas of the Mahamaya Shakti is called the Devi Kavacham. Then he started enumerating that. In that, one story has told first. Once upon a time there was a king whose name is called Suratha. And that Suratha Raja got defeated by his enemies and as well as lost all his kingdom and everything. Even after that, even his own ministers and his own people are also cheated him. Like that the story happened. So he got totally frustrated, and no other way he came on one horse to the forest. Nothing is there. This happened in the one Manvantara some time back. This Raja is in fact is the in previous Janma, this Raja only later on going to become the son of the Surya Bhagavan. In that Manvantara, this son of the Surya Bhagavan is, this is going to happen later. Savarni Manvantaram. But how he got the birth in the Surya's family or become the Manu, that means there should be something great. He did something great punya. But when he did this punya or something good, he is in a Swarochisha Manvantara, in another Manvantara. That means that is which is before. Then in Savarni Manvantara, he become the Manu. So that Raja is Suratha, lost everything, came to forest. When he was roaming just like that, he met one merchant also. That merchant name is called Samadhi. He also came from some village, some town, where he also lost everything, property, everything, and even his own family members, children and other people all are deceived and cheated him and thrown him out. So he came to forest. This merchant and the Raja, Suratha and Samadhi, saw each other, inquired about each other, came to know that his stories, both of their stories, and both of them talked to each other and said, Raja says, even I came to the forest after losing everything. I know those my own people are itself deceived me, but still my mind is thinking about my kingdom, my palace, my people. All these things are only coming in my mind, he said. Then the Samadhi also said, for me also same way, my town, my house, my wife, my family, my children, all of them, all are cheated him. They are only coming in my mind. My mind is always thinking about me only. Why it is so? Both are even Raja and merchant, but the problem is the same. This is introductory story. Then slowly when they are talking and moving in this forest like that, they saw one Rishi's ashramam. The name of the Rishi is Medhas. So Medhas Rishi ashram, they went there. Then one particular time when the Rishi is free, available, this Raja asked, O Lord, O Maharshi, why this? This mind is so still thinking and worrying about the past. Like that he asked the question. That time the Rishi shows on the branch of the tree, see these two birds? Just now they hatched the eggs and some small baby birds has come. And in this, the birds will go, mother and father, both the birds, particularly father bird, bringing the food and feeding them. This also, all the time they are looking after the child, looking after the baby bird, and moving there, constantly looking after them, taking care, feeding. They know, they don't know. They know, they don't know, we have to say. After few days, these birds will just get wings and fly away. But see how much attachment and concern and involvement. In the same way, the human being also in the world entangled with my family, my children, my thing, my business, my job, my this thing. How long? Until the death. after getting lot of kicks. But still this mind is, this is all happening, because of Mahamaya. The Rishi used this word because of the Mahamaya. Then the king got doubt. Sir, who is that Mahamaya? Why she do like that? Where she born? What is her power? All that questions when this king Kusuradha asked, then Medas Rishi started telling, once upon a time, same way, some disciples of the Markandeya Rishi asked, so Markandeya told this, I heard that, I know, I will tell you. In this way, the Mahamaya, who is that? Trigunatmika Maya, Brahmashrita Asti. Then he starts telling the stories. This Suradha Samadhi, these names are only coming in the Shankaracharya's Mahishasura Mardani. Suradha Samadhi, Samadhi, Samadhi. All that Devi Mahatma stories keeping in the mind only, Shankaracharya wrote this Mahishasura Mardani Stotram. All that Rakshasas names, everything. Now what is that story? I am not going to tell everything. I will just tell something and link to this part. The story goes totally 700 shlokas. That entire is called Chandi. Whenever people do Chandi Agam, Homam and all that, they do Parayana this entirely fully. Just last week in Hyderabad, in that Vidyaranyam also, they do very often their Chandi Homam. Every month they do, I think. So, I told this story to the children. But same time, I don't know exactly Chandi Homa means what they do. Then only I came to know that the 700 shlokas only they do as a Archana, Puja, Anushta, everything in comes. Homam, Ahuti, everything comes in that. So, the first story is called Pradhama Charitram. It has got some slokas. There, this Mahamaya is mentioned as Tamoguna. And this Tamoguna Maya is only making the Lord Vishnu to sleep. And that time the two Rakshasas Madhukaitapa were born. So the Ahankara, Madhukaitapa Rakshas like Ahankara. Then when the Ahankara takes birth, then problem starts. And these two Ahankara like, or Rakshasas like Ahankara, Madhukaitapa, they both were born from where? From the Lord Narayana's ear, the dirt. So everything is here only. Everything is in Paramatma. Maya also is with Paramatma. Gunas are also in Paramatma. The story tells that, so when they born like that, the buddhi has to work properly. That buddhi is represented as a Brahmadeva. If buddhi is not alert, this ahankara will eat away the buddhi. So these two Rakshasas want to eat the Brahmaji. Then buddhi prayed to whom? Atma is sleeping like as the Atma is sleeping, Narayan. So he invokes, hey Mahamaya, Nidra Devata, you please get out of the eyes of the Lord Narayana. Let him wake up. If he wakes up, he will kill these Ahankara Rakshasas. This is exactly what we have to get the message, that if Buddhi is not alert, okay, because of Tamo Guna, all that. This 8th sloka, Pramada Alasya Nidrabhihi Tan Nibadhnati Bharata. All three gunas are required, but in a particular proportion. If more than that, they all three create the bondage. Create the bondage. That is the story there. Then, so after that, when the Atma Narayana wakes up, these two Rakshasas were killed. That means when the Buddhi recognizes the Swarupa Atma, where is the place to Ahankara? In the then second part of the story called Madhyama Charitram, there again, after long period, again the problem. Again the Ahankara, Rakshasa like Ahankara, Mahishasura born. Then again the Sattva Guna, Buddhi, good people started praying. Then all the faculties, all the devatas came together, gathered their power and created a tremendous power which is called Mahadevi, Durga, which is Durgamam, difficult to cross, but if the grace of that Devi Shakti is there, then you can cross over it. That's why Durga, who helps us to cross over this Ahankara, all these problems of samsara. But she herself is standing in between like the curtain, covering. So only thing we have to understand that Prakriti is there, Maya is there, Gunas are there, but they are all not touching me at all. That knowledge is required. That knowledge. Anyhow, with all that power of everybody, that means all the devatas means the power of all the sense organs, when focused, when gathered, all together, a tremendous inner confidence. Atmanirbhara Bharat. Atmasthiryam, that comes. So, sense organs, mind, all are belong to Prakriti, but they all should. That's why Yama, Niyama, all these things are told by the Shastra. Then there is nothing which can troubles you. Which can troubles you. So in that way, this Devi killed the Mahishasura, ego. And again in the third last portion, Uttama Charitram, they all prayed. When this work is done, all the devatas, rishis, all of them prayed to the Mother Goddess. Those prayers are only very famous prayers. Many of us know at least little one heard. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chaitanitya Vidhiyate Matrurupena, Buddhirupena, Nidrarupena, Dayarupena, Kshudarupena, all those prayers are when the mother goddess heard those prayers, she felt very happy and told that, I want to give you a boon. What do you want? They are all very intelligent, sattvic people. They know whatever we ask about in the worldly things, they may stay sometime and go. Whenever there is such a difficulty in our life, we think of you. We will call you. You please come and protect us. This is what they asked. Devi said, okay, let it be so. Tadastu. Then the time passed for yugas, went on. Again now another ego, now again in the two forms, like Madhukaitava, but in between Madhyama Charitram only one fellow, Mahishasura. But here again Shumbha, Nishumbha. So again problem. So like this, in our how many lives we have taken, we don't know. Even human births, how many times, we don't know. Even now, how many times we think that I want to be good, I want to be egoless. I don't want to be troubled by my ego. We know, we think, we decide, but again after some time, again we'll fall down. So this is how it happens. But once if you are reached the firmness in the gnanam, the goal, everything gets over. If that can be achieved in this life, great, blessing, well and good. Therefore, by end of this chapter, the Lord wants to tell us that only. Know for certain about these gunas, but transcend the gunas. Discover you are the Nirguna, Nirahakara, Parabrahmani. So this is going to be the conclusion. And there they prayed again, problem came, then mother again born and killed those Shumbha, Nishumba. In between so many demons, Chanda, Munda, all these names whichever comes, all those are there in that story. Raga, Dvesha, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, all these are helpers of the ego. They nurture the ego. So by keeping this story as the background, and after finishing the job, the mother again, they are all again happy. Again they prayed. When they that time only they prayed the important the slokas of the Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvardha Sadhike. Narayana Namostute. There are few slokas comes in the same pattern. These are famous slokas in that Devi Mahatmyam. After that, Devi herself told that the better instead of sometimes calling me every year in Sharad Rutu, after the Mahamalaya Pakshas, you all celebrate 9 days my pujas, do aradhana, celebrate, and 10th day as the victory day, Vijayadashmi. This is how started long ago. But all to say, to understand both this Prakriti and Purusha, story is nice to listen for children, for a weak-minded people. Therefore, be careful. Do Navaratri Vratam, do fasting, do this, that. That's good. Somehow slowly they will improve, they will grow. Now let us come to the Tirgunatmika Maya. In 9th shloka, Bhagavan says, long back I told these stories in detailed, but nowadays I am not getting chance here to say, so just I shared with you. Otherwise, I spoken each part before. Sattvam sanjayati sukhe. Sanjayati means how this sattva guna also becomes a bondage. We get caught up. The ego will get caught up even in the sattva guna. Sukhe, in comfort. Last class I told, even the comfort zone, when we are very comfortable, everything is, we feel that is also create a bondage. If comfort is not there, you are disturbed. This comfort is not a too much luxury, but good comfort only. But even that also, sattvam, sukhe, because of the sattva guna, you will be get attached. Sanjayati means here, get attached, stick to this sukha. No one should disturb me. Like that. Then Rajaha karmani sanjayati. Sanjayati we have to include for all the three. Hey Bharata, O intelligent one, O alert person, Arjuna. Karmani, action oriented, workaholic, it will make Rajoguna. Okay? Work hard, never get tired, never get retired. These words are all okay, but that it doesn't mean that they will ride on you. Karma oriented, Rajoguna. They cannot sit quiet. They cannot. Just for example, the people who go for 2-3 retreats in a year, they go for good retreats only. We also think it is actually a Rajoguna in the disguise, but on the top like a coating Sattva-guna. Otherwise, why you spend 20,000 and go for retreat 2-3 times in a week? Because inside actually they want to escape from their mind. Internally they want to escape from their home responsibilities, but it won't look outside. It's good only. Spiritual retreat is good only. But unless, because they're Rajoguni people, they're restless. That's why they keep on go. I don't say going wrong or like that, but the inner hidden thing is that because they can see the new place, they can stay in a new different place, some hotel or anything. Why all these things? So they want to keep on do something, they want to go somewhere, they want to spend. So just to understand. And then the knowledge whichever we have, the discrimination, faculty, viveka and all that, gnanam, whichever is covers that, which don't allow us to think what exactly really. And so sanjayati, gnanam, tama avrutya gnanam tu, pramade sanjayati. That sanjayati word, sattvam sukhe sanjayati, raja karmani sanjayati, tamaha pramade. Pramada I already described, explained. Efficiently committing the same mistake and again. Not ready to stop doing the mistake, but justifying and repeatedly doing the same mistake efficiently in a different makeup, face. That is called tamoguna. So like this, Bhagavan just in a gist told, these are the three things. Now, let us go further. If you ask a doubt, these three gunas, okay, they do sukha, karma, pramada. They will make us to caught up in that. When they do that, if you ask such a question, now I will give you the answer. 10th shloka. Rajastamascha-bhūya sattvam bhavati bharata rajastattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajastatha. It is like this simple. What? When the rajas and tamas are suppressed and dominated by sattva, sattva is now expressing. Rajaha tamaha abhibhuya. Abhibhuya means by dominating them, by suppressing two of them, sattva dominates. That is only no. I will tell you the inner meaning. Let me complete it. It's very simple. Hey Bharata. So sattvam, when sattvam becomes predominant, when it flourishes, when it suppresses, that means dominates these two, rajas and tamas. In the same way, and rajaha, sattvam are suppressed and dominated by rajaha becomes dominant by suppressing the tamas and the sattva. That abhibhuya word we have to add for rajaha tamaha abhibhuya sattvam bhavati. So sattvam tamaha abhibhuya rajah bhavati. Same way, tamas sattvam abhibhuya rajaha sattvam abhibhuya tamah bhavati. 3. When tamo sattva dominant means these two are suppressed. When rajo dominate means those two are suppressed, other two. When tama is dominant, sattva rajas are suppressed. Therefore, this is dominant. In this way, one is dominant and two are suppressed. Suppressed means this is overpowering. In this way, these three will happen. Now, after saying this in the 10th shloka, Bhagavan want to tell how we know? Already he said there, uh, these are the indications or the characteristics of the sattva guna, tamo guna, rajo guna. But again he wants to say, he wants to show some indicator, linga. This is, if these things are there, sattva guna. If these things are appearing in a personality in person, this guna. Like that he will tell from 11. Now about this 10th shloka, as I told in the beginning now listen here. The words are over, told. Every ahankara has got its own likes and dislikes. Yes? And in fact, as I told you in the last class, all the three gunas are required for a person to conduct his life. So we are not hating any guna, but in the same time, which guna helps for me to gain the knowledge, and that knowledge which helps me even to drop this guna also. Like I need one thorn is pricked in my foot, and I need another thorn to take it out. After that, 2 thorns are waste, I throw it. In the same way, sattva guna is required for sattvat sanjayate gnanam. Gita, Krishna only said. But that also, is it binding you? Drop that also, discover nirguna tattvam. Now, that takes lot of time unless you understand these 3 gunas and analyze them, working on them, seeing them. Now, can you change the proportions of these gunas? If you ask such a question, yes, you can. You can change the proportion of these gunas. Why to change the proportion of the gunas? Because which guna will helps you to get the ultimate gnanam. Rajoguna person cannot get the gnanam. Tamo guna person cannot get the gnanam. You need sattva guna. But be careful that sattva guna also should not bind. Then how come you transcend? You have to transcend to nirguna tattvam. You recognize that. Now, if I want to recognize that nirguna tattvam, as I told this, generally every personality has got likes and dislikes. That we cannot stop it. But what then I have to do by studying this and understanding? Yes, even though you have some likes and dislikes, every personality. Therefore, staying or working, living together, 2 different persons with different likes and dislikes is impossible. Then how to lead the life? Even though it is impossible, never try to change the others' likes and dislikes. Never impose your likes and dislikes on others. Imposing your likes and dislikes on the others is called rajoguna swabhava. But generally, our struggle is in the life is, I want to change others. This is to say in a simple words. So, for my own likes and dislikes, I need some setup. Then only I am comfortable, because my likes, my dislikes are there. Okay, it is nothing wrong, but Don't impose them on others. Don't expect others also has to be like this. Another thing, this your surrounding setup is not in your hands. Some extent is it in your hands. For example, now climate is very hot. Where I stayed in Hyderabad, that outskirts of the city is very cool and almost raining, shivering. But here, no rain and very hot. Yesterday, I don't know since how many days you are feeling that. Oh, so hot. Fans we are keeping a more speed. Yes, it's almost like summer, semi-summer. Yes, what can I do? I can put cooler in my room. I can switch on the AC if I want in my room. So I cannot change the outer setup. If I try to change the outer setup, I will become upset. So if setup is good, good, but you cannot depend on or believe how long it will be good, how long this person will be like this. You don't know. You cannot predict. So even if the outer setup is not congenial, I should not become upset. In order to change the outer setup, if you are able to remain undisturbed in the unsuitable setup also, that is called moksha. That is called mukti. Try for that. If it is okay, okay. If it's not okay, also I will be okay. That is called, I don't struggle to change the setup, and because setup is not proper, I won't become upset. I remain quiet. I don't allow my mind to get disturbed. For this we have to do sadhana. Sadhana means start apply it. Start apply it. This is what spiritual sadhana means. Nothing else is there. All other things, if you do, you don't do, it doesn't matter. But here it remains your peace of mind, your happiness. That's why that is only moksha. So for that, so whether it is favorable, unfavorable, but I won't. If it is favorable, I will accept it. If it is unfavorable, what will do? That is the question. Also, I won't react. I won't get disturbed. Okay? So, after saying this, now in 11th shloka, Bhagavan explains one by one again. Why he is explaining? How can I know? I told no just now. How can you know any symptom? If this guna is dominant, these are the symptoms. Like that, any indicator is there? When which guna surfaces, expresses, then how to recognize that? Now this guna is more dominant. What is the indication? If you have such a doubt, listen this. Sarva dvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate gnanam yada tada vidyad vivruddham sattvamityuta. in the 9th shloka also and here also, uta and a word is coming. Sattvam iti uta. That uta it is a indeclinable particle. To say really, indeed, for that the uta word is used. Okay. Now, what Bhagavan says here, yada, I am taking word from second line, yada, that means when, sarvatvareshu dehesmin, when through all our sense organs, 5 sense organs and including the mind, 6, prakasham upajayate. Prakasham means here, mind is very clear. Mind is able to take proper decision. Mind is able to properly discriminate, discern. How? In the buddhi vritti rupena only. In the buddhi vritti rupena only. Because you cannot see any guna outside. As I told in the last class, as like the color of the clip, height of the person, color of the person, guna cannot be seen or like that. But when my mind is tranquil, clear, to learn anything, we told no, Gnana means here not Brahma Gnanam alone. Anything you want to learn, you need a Sattva Guna. Otherwise not possible. In that Brahma Gnanam to learn, you need the 24 karat gold like maximum Sattva Guna and maximum time. So, prakasha upajayate yada sarvadvareshu dehesmin. Through all these 6 faculties in a person's intellect, when that clarity, calmness and discrimination power, that thing is there. Anything to study or to listen, to understand, now my mind is available. That means that mind is now endowed with the sattvam. Here, prakasham upajayate yada. That prakasha means here light, gnanam. Gnanam prakashate, prakasha rupena gnanam upajayate yada sarvadvareshu dehesmin. That is the sentence. I am confusing you by speaking Sanskrit. When in one person's intellect, all the sense organs are very properly functioning there. They were not to get distracted. That is the meaning. Sarvadvarani, sarvadvareshu means through all the sense. Ears, everything is under perfect balance condition. Not any sense organ is going out of the tune or out of going the track. In one person, Deheshma, then that gnanam, knowledge takes place. Then what happens? Tada, then. Yada, tada, vidyad. Vidya means again knowledge, learning. Learning takes place. Vidyat. Vivruddham. When the learning process improves, vivruddham, grows, know for certain that is because of Sattva-guna. This is because of Sattva-guna. See, these words and explaining topic is very subtle. You have to see in ourselves when our mind is functioning, when our thoughts are coming, going, what is happening. You have to understand. By these words alone, you cannot understand. You have to check it within you, look in within you. Anyhow, this is the indication. Bhagavan says, Upajayate Sattvam. Now, being Sattvam word used here, I have to tell you little more extra about this word. Sattva-guna, 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 you are telling Sattvic quality, Sattvic food, all things. What exactly it is? If it is good, useful, then why later on Lord is going to ask us, you transcend, drop that also. Already we told that sattva, it will binds you. Swike sanjayati. Why? Now listen. Sat word means existence. Or to say simply Paramatma. Because Paramatma is Sat Chit Ananda Sat, existence. The Tvam word, don't take that Mahavakya word Tvam here. Tvam here, when Sat plus Tvam added here, existence-ness, be alert to understand. Is-ness. When this existence Sat Paramatma, pure, associate with, express through with any object, that becomes a Sattvam. And that's why I told existence-ness, fatherhood, motherhood, just like that. Sweetness. So Sattva as it is pure existence, but it expressed through any object. This is also Sat only, existence. Clip is existing. When it is expressed through something, it is like a malinam, dirt. Anything joined with that Sat-ness, that it loses its, not real loses, becomes less. But in this, what is the greatness about this? Sat, that Paramatma, if you, what is that? Nirgunam. There is no Sattvam. And the Tvam, if you added, means some little bit malinam, impurity. So Sattvam also is impurity, because that Tvam is a Rajatvam, Tamatvam, you can say that. Like that it is a word Sattvam, but Sat means existence. Now you have to see that pure existence without association of any Nama Rupa is Shuddham. That is transcended one. That you recognize that you are that. Later Bhagavan tells that, but here itself we have to clarify that word Sattvam. Then, after that, in the 13th shloka, 12th shloka, Bhagavan says about the Rajoguna. When it, how we will know? When in, that means here, another point I would like to, when you have more involvement, commitment and interest in scriptural studies and listening of the Brahma Tattvam, you are predominantly Sattvic person. Again and again listen, thinking, contemplating. Shravana Manana Nididhyasanas, if you are showing more interest in it and spending more and more time in it, you are a Sattvic person. Understood? Simple. Now, lobha pravrittirarambha कर्मणामशमस्पृहा रजस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे भरतर्षभा. Now, when a Rajoguna is more dominated in one person, natural in him, the dynamism and more karma oriented, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to learn this. Learn means many other things. And not only that, greediness will be there. Because in the doing, I have to earn a lot, greediness. So when that, because Bhagavan using the word lobha and pravrittihi. Pravritti means involving and started doing this, that, I want to do two things, I want to do side business also, this also, that also, okay. Or here, even how can I get more? From this, from that, from there, more share I want. Because Shankara writes paradravyaditsa, which is not belong to you, but you are very crazy and craving and greedy. And pravrittihi pravartanam. Even that samanya chesta means normal, you have to keep the body alive, you have to do some function, but more than that. And arambha, he keep on starts doing more and more and like that. Karmanam. Ashamaha. Ashamaha means anupashamaha. He never says alam. Greediness people, they never say this much is enough like that. Because there is no alam. Alam means enough of it. No, it won't come. Then naturally, raga, pravritti, all these things will happen, takes place more and more. Therefore, spruha, okay, material things, possessions. I will tell you in a simple way. If Rajoguna person, predominantly it's accumulating lot of things, not giving the things to anybody, not using himself, but keeps accumulate, or unnecessarily buy. Or sometimes some people will get it, buy it, but they give at least. But why to buy and why to give? Who asked you? So this kind of, somehow I can't keep quiet. Why to accumulate, keep on accumulating? Why you make your mind more burdensome? Why you are increasing the weight in your mind? So in this way, Trishna, Sarva Samanya Vastu Vishaya Trishna, Shankaracharya says, even it is a small thing. If you see, so many things we keep on buy, but we never use it. Very rarely, we don't remember also that is there. These are all because of Rajoguna. These people keep on changing the cars and changing the houses, changing the floors, and I don't say that for cleanliness or for some problem you can do that, but you see in the world, simply because lot of things is that something I have to do, something I have to show, something I have to show to the people. Inside they cannot keep quiet. Like that, I have to go and spend this from 20,000 and there I have to sit and listen. Listen. Only if you go there, only listen. It will happen or what? All the way. So, Krishna. These symptoms are there. Rajasi gune. That is the cause. Vivruddhe etani. That is the indicator for the no symptoms of this one Rajoguna. So we'll conclude here. Same way Bhagavan going to say in 13th sloka, about the tamas also. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om. That's it.